Dead Code Diaries.
Ethan Marlowe was a freelance crime journalist living in Portland. He was well known for his deep dives into cold cases and conspiracy theories. At 36, he was sharp, skeptical, and stubborn. That Tuesday morning had been unremarkable. Overcast sky, bitter coffee, and a half-finished article about a string of disappearances tied to an abandoned funeral home just outside the city. He'd received a strange email the night before from an anonymous sender. Subject line, "You're next, unless you know the truth." The message had no text, only an address, 417 Halberd Lane, the location of the now condemned Thorne & Sons funeral home, where 5 morticians had vanished without a trace in 1983. The police had dismissed it as urban legend. Ethan didn't. Curiosity beat caution. Ethan drove out that afternoon, camera in hand, notes on his phone, and a flashlight in his glove box. The place looked like it had been swallowed by the woods. Rotted steps, peeling sign, the front door barely hanging from its hinges. Inside was rot and silence, moldering pews, collapsed walls, and strange gouge marks along the wooden floors. He noticed a new coffin sitting upright in the viewing room. Unlike the rest of the place, this one looked pristine. Polished wood, brass handles, and a faint smell of lilies. He opened the lid. It was empty. That's when he heard the creak behind him. The last thing Ethan saw was a man wearing a black mortician suit and a porcelain mask, expressionless, raising a syringe. Ethan woke in total darkness. The air was damp, close, smelled like earth and decay. His hands hit satin. His legs were confined. Panic rose like bile. He banged his fists above him, screaming. The sound was muffled, enclosed. He realized where he was. In a coffin. Beside him, something shifted. Ethan froze, heart thundering. A moist thud against the side of his leg. He reached for his phone. Gone. His hand brushed cold flesh. He groped in the dark, fingers gliding over a bloated, stiff body. He recoiled, stifling a scream. The body was fresh, no decomposition stench. Whoever it was had been dead only a short time. He felt the throat slit. Then he heard it, a whisper, like breath pressed through a throat filled with water. "Ethan," he screamed. The coughing shook slightly. Then something gripped his wrist. He tried to pull away, but the dead hand was strong. Impossible. He kicked, elbowed, clawed, and the weight beside him shifted. A crack. Something dislocated in the corpse. A jaw popping open. A faint light suddenly flickered. The emergency flashlight embedded in the lid. It lit the coffin in dim red, just enough to reveal the corpse. A man in a funeral director's uniform. But his face, it was Ethan's. Bloated, dead eyes staring into him.
I'm not the one who died.
A voice rasped from the corpse. The light flickered off. He woke again, this time not in a coffin, but sprawled on a metal slab. The morgue, blinding lights above him. A woman stood over him, nurse scrubs, surgical mask, smeared with blood.
Don't move,
She said.
they're listening.
Ethan stared.
You were almost taken.
She whispered.
They try to hollow you out, take your memories, your face, and leave the rest behind.
What the hell are you talking about?
They've done it for years. Morticians who made pacts. They bury you alive, then use your body like a costume. Your consciousness remains in the dark until you go mad or become one of them.
She pulled back the sheet beside him. Another body. His face. Fresh stitches across its chest. Its mouth sewn shut. Its hands contorted like claws.
You weren't the first,
She said.
and you won't be the last unless we end this.
The woman, who called herself Dr. Avery Sloan, led Ethan to the basement of the Thorne home. There were no blueprints for it, but it stretched deep. Stone tunnels lined with shelves of embalming tools, rusted urns, and hundreds of coffins stacked like archives. Each coffin had a nameplate. Each one was someone still missing. He found a label that read, Ethan Marlowe, Draft 2. Draft? He asked.
They try different versions of you.
Avery said.
Sometimes they get it wrong, so they bury the test runs.
Then the lights died. They came from the walls. Figures in black mortician garb. No eyes, just smooth flesh where a face should be. Their heads twitching, bones cracking as they stepped forward, dragging scalpels and bone saws. Ethan and Avery ran, turning corners into more tunnels. But the walls pulsed, alive, as if breathing. The air stank of formaldehyde and rot. Whispered voices echoed from all sides. He doesn't belong. Return the face. End the draft. They reached a vault room with a central embalming table, surrounded by jars. Each one held a human face. One of them looked like Avery. She backed away.
I died, didn't I?
She whispered, trembling. Before Ethan could answer, the masked mortician entered. Porcelain face cracked, voice smooth.
You were the perfect copy until your memories returned.
Avery turned to Ethan, realization dawning in her expression.
Ethan, what if you're the copy too? What if you never made it out?
Ethan panicked. He touched his face. It felt too smooth, too tight. He remembered waking in the coffin, but before that, nothing. Was he the draft? Was he the body with the throat slit? The mortician lifted its mask, revealing his own face stitched crudely onto something inhuman. Eyes, black, oily, mouth too wide. You are the hollow Ethan. That's why you're still here. Avery screamed as hands dragged her into the dark. Ethan ran blindly through the maze of death, past coffins where his own face screamed back at him until he burst into the night. Police found him at dawn, raving on the road near Halberd Lane. He was taken in for observation. They found no evidence of any funeral home. The Thorn building had burned down in 1985. And Ethan Marlowe? He died in a car crash 1 year ago. Body identified by dental records. Cremated. Scattered. At sea. But now he walks the streets again, writing stories, sharing horrors. And sometimes, when you look into his eyes, you might catch a glimpse of something hollow behind them. Because sometimes the giraffes escape, and sometimes they write their own stories.